babies.
Gentlemen.
Boys.
Ray, I don't know how I feel about you showing up in a different tank top jersey every day, every show.
You're welcome.
It just
You're
doesn't,
you're like a child.
Why am I a child?
because
How
you
does that
only wear
make me a child?
jerseys.
How does that make me a child? Well, first of all, Richard, it's hot. Okay, I don't know if you know this or not. Also, Richard, I don't know if you know this. I am fat. Therefore, tank top, basement, podcast studio, suck my dick.
You're in the basement. How can it be hot?
Get a fan. Also,
do.
go some kids. That line in the text chain hit me really hard the other night.
Salty Bill. Heaven forbid you call him a nerd and he fucking gets all offensive and just goes right for the jugular. You know, we're just having a little good time. Call Bill a nerd because of his superhero fandom, and then all of a sudden, boom! I'm a fucking rapist and a child molester.
I never said rapist.
Fuck
I just
you,
said
Ray.
fuck kids.
You like wrestling? Go some kids. Wow. Yeah.
I was on a roll, man. Leave me alone.
Sometimes they just hit it.
Roll? We're making fun of you. You didn't say a goddamn word. That was the first thing you said.
Called him a nerd.
That's what I'm saying. What do you mean you're on a roll, Bill? You didn't say anything.
I said he was a nerd jerking off to dorks.
Yeah.
I just choose to attack Ray because he's way easier.
Hence the stupid tank top jersey. Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show Friday headlines. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, share. If you're listening on the podcast, do the same. Leave us a review. We appreciate it. This is July 16th. Welcome to the show.
It gives you an extra minute to think about it.
Yeah, but then I do the subscribe and I lose the date in my head. And generally the date's always lost in my head. So I got that one okay. It'll be interesting to see if we keep going with that approach.
Can I just stop you real quick?
No.
Speaking
White
of
Birch Brewing is actually the reason why we're going to keep going right here. I'm sorry, Ray. That was mean. I didn't mean it, baby. I'm sorry. What do you want to say? It better be good at this point.
So when Bill told us why we couldn't record 3 shows today, do you ever see Fast and Furious 9 when Dom and
No.
You never seen it? Well, they're
No.
the guy died, okay, and Dom's like,
White Birch Brewing is our favorite New Hampshire craft brewing.
Jesus Christ, was that just
They're down in Nashua, New Hampshire. Bill, address, please.
460 Amherst Street?
Got it. Nailed it. The
Yeah.
good side of Amherst Street. Head on down, get yourself a flight, get yourself a pint. If you see Ray, mute him in person. It'll be worth it. Wherever you get it, at the beer store, local beer store, tell them the Simple Minds boys sent you. White Birch Brewing. I'm sorry, Ray. I'm afraid to ask where the bottom of the totem pole of dumb was going with that punchline. Generally, I can tie it together. So let's just dive down this rabbit hole and see. You got like 10 seconds. What do you got?
basically Bill and Lou in cars side by side. All of a sudden, it's been a long day because Bill's gonna get a new job, so therefore Lou and him are breaking up.
Cassius Marsh. Damn
it.
Cassius Marsh made some headlines. I almost don't want to give this guy the time of day, but it seems every sports radio show has, so we might as well. Obviously, it hits home here.
He made me eat out of a cup.
What a
fucking crybaby.
What a turd this guy is. Let me give you the quote. I'm sure if you're listening, you've probably heard it or read it already, but let's do our due diligence here. Quote, the Patriot, this is Cassius Marsh on the Bears One Cave podcast. Tom Segura.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer. That's hilarious.
Why is he on that though? I didn't listen.
Well, Bert was just filming a movie. He's filming The Machine about that Russian joke, so that's why he's having some fill-in guys on.
Okay, and Cassius Marsh, I guess, is one of them.
I don't know how the fuck he got on there, but
he plays
whatever.
for the Steelers now, or he's trying to. He's probably on the practice squad. Anyway, all right. This is what
eighth team.
This is what he said on Tom Segura's podcast here. Quote, the Patriot way is it's extremely impressive. Look, they work day in and day out. Their work ethic over there, what they instill is pretty legendary, but they also treat their players like crap, Marsh said. You don't have lunch, period. you get there and you have to make time to eat in between meetings, which by the way, isn't that like everybody's fucking job? You just eat lunch between meetings
I do it every day.
every
It's
single
not,
day.
it's not hard.
Quote, there are like 5-10 minute periods where I would literally go scoop food and put it in a cup and just like crush it real quick before I got to the next meeting. It's just like there's no BS, there's no fun. All right, everyone knows that Cassius Marsh is on his 8th team in 7 years. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Is it
8
7
teams.
teams in 8 years.
Yeah, he's also the most hated former Patriots player, I
Oh, he
guess.
said he said he was top 5 most hated Patriot players. Can you
Go
name
fuck yourself.
right top 5 most hated Patriots players at the top of your head?
Drew Bledsoe, Curtis Martin.
What a salty prick. Yeah, this guy, I don't want to give him, I don't want to talk about like what he has. Does it not? What stuck with me is it's him and Danny Amendola are the two guys that really come
Chris
up
Sims.
to a lesser degree in terms of talking shit about Belichick after the fact of leaving
Yeah.
the organization. Chris Sims got a professional job kind of trolling Belichick, right? And now he like sprinkles his inside knowledge about this time of the Patriots just to keep his fucking white ass on the radio. But it's like those two guys. There's been hundreds of players in the Patriots system, right? That many of them have been cut. Richard Seymour got his ass cut. He was pissed at Bill Belichick for sending him to Oakland. He didn't say shit about the culture or Bill Belichick and no fun.
Ty Law.
Ty Law, they were just pissed that they cut him early. You know, they didn't believe in him. They didn't respect that type of shit. This fucking guy complaining about no lunch, and Danny Amendola sucking the balls of Tom Brady, calling Bill an asshole in a car, and whoever interview that was. Those are the old, like, it's like the disgruntled guys that got cut loose that come out here and talk shit about the Patriots organization and the quote unquote no fun. Am I exaggerating that, or is that does that seem right to you?
That's what it sounds like. And it just seems like these new generation players are just all about this not work ethic. You know, you see it now even in the workforce that these kids just don't care and they just don't know the whole meaning of work. And that's what's going on. And that's, I think you can tie him into that whole situation.
Like, what did Cassius Marsh think it was going to be like? And has he thought the same thing in every other club that he's been to he's been kicked off of? It's 8 teams in 7 years. Maybe it's you, dude. Maybe it's you going in with the wrong fucking mentality.
Well, and he praised Pete Carroll. That's where he started. So he sees this fun-loving attitude. I mean, let's be real. Pete Carroll he's a good coach, but he had 1 Super Bowl. That's it. And he blew another.
Yeah. And it's all crumbling underneath.
It's all crumbling for how's that player coach working for you? I mean, these guys have a work ethic. Julian Edelman went in. If you heard Joe Judge kind of responded to that this week too on some podcast with some coach. I don't know who the fuck it was.
I think it was McVay's.
Yeah, and
McVay has a podcast.
He said he walked in on the whiteboard in 2017 and just wrote "winning is fun" on it. So it's like
after they lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, after they lost the Super Bowl because Lane Johnson fucking trolled them, not having fun. What do they do the next year? They won the Super Bowl. I mean, the guys. It's like you didn't cut it here because you don't have a work ethic. That's the main reason. You look at the guys that won Super Bowls on this team, the one that won multiple Super Bowls on that team. They're dogs. They play every day. They know how to play as a Patriot to be leaders. This guy's a piece of shit. He has a vendetta because they cut him after 9 games.
And he probably got treated like crap because Bill Belichick. They're like, this guy doesn't get it. Like, we're not.
Amount of times he ran past the fucking quarterback on a rush, I wanted to kill him. I'm surprised he made it fucking 9 games, and they gave up a third or a fourth round pick to get him too. 9 games, Jesus fucking Christ.
Ray, do you think there was a lot of talk after the Malcolm Butler Super Bowl that Bill Belichick did make it more fun and the Gronkowski effect, and there were changes. He brought him to play paintball, and it was made a big deal that Bill Belichick was getting a little bit softer. Do we agree that has happened down in Foxborough? That Bill Belichick has loosened the reins a little bit? Do you think it was necessary? And do you think that it has anything to do with what we've seen over the last Brady leaves, holdouts from Gilmore, silent holdout from Hightower, it seems like, Devin McCourty getting a 3rd contract? Does that have anything to do with Bill Belichick changing, not in response to Cassius Marsh, but in that same kind of realm, you think?
I think so, because obviously these players want to have a nice go get them kind of attitude coach, not these guys that Bill Belichick was ripping these guys up and down, and being an asshole. So I think he has to change with the times, and I think he's doing that. But also, you've seen those football lives, and Bill Belichick's going to Randy Moss's Halloween party, and Randy Moss is always saying how like fun-loving Bill is once you get to know him and his personal side. So I don't know, maybe he just had a vendetta against Cassius Marsh and thought he was a douchebag, so treated him like one.
Because he sucked, and he invested a third. Well, I don't remember what was it, third or fourth. I don't remember the exact deal. Yeah. So you would,
fifth, but yeah, go ahead.
Either way, you invest a 4th round pick on trash. That's what it was. You got 9 games when you desperately needed a pass rush that year. You needed a fucking pass rush. Your defense got smoked in the Super Bowl in 2017 when he wasn't on that team. But I mean, they brought you in to be a pass rusher.
Yeah,
you couldn't cut it. I would fucking treat him like trash too. He traded Brady like trash. He'll treat his own mother like trash. Who gives a fuck?
He's the master motivator. He is what he needs to be for that individual person, I think. But obviously, he's held a pretty tight ship over there. But I think things have changed a little bit, and I think it has to do with the players coming in. He famously said not long ago, "I only want to coach players that I like," which are generally players that just want to play football. It seems like, and I don't really fucking blame him. But I think that there's been some loosening of the reins. He's got a little bit looser with practices and things like that because 20-year-olds are kind of pussies. But I also think he's drafted like shit for just kind of 6 years. So he's had to hand out contracts. He's had to lose leverage with these guys. He's put himself in his own position more because of the way that he's handled his GM jobs and less because the Cassius Marshes of the world don't think it's fun to play in fucking Foxborough anymore. So just funny. 4 years later to hear this fucking guy pop back up.
You know what? What's funny too. I mean, I get it. Like his act runs stale, Belichick. But on some players. But a lot of time that's years. It ran stale on him in 9 games. What a pussy.
Let's see. And how is it not fun? To your point, Ray. Randy Moss has come out and said Belichick's guy. Julian Edelman has come out and said, Belichick is, has hilarious. He's got a sense of humor. There's been a number of players, like we've mentioned,
Matt White used to prank him every fucking meeting.
all the big names throughout Patriots, the 20 years here have all had glowing reviews for Bill Belichick as a person and a coach. And your starting quarterback as of now is Cam Newton, the dabbiest of dabs, the clown himself, loving himself his life on every fucking play at practice. And he's praising Belichick. Now there might be an inside job there, which we can get to. Like, I just don't buy Cash. It's just, this is a Cassius Marsh problem, not a fucking Bill Belichick problem. Bill did the double ski behind his ears. Did you guys see the Cam Newton comments that came out? He was on the Keyshawn Johnson show. This was 2 days ago, I guess, as our show airs. This was on Wednesday. He was on that show. Maybe.
Yeah, I heard it.
Is that a time travel thing? Okay, let me just read a couple of these for you because they're good. This is out of the ESPN story, I think, from Mike Reese. Newton has noted in the past how he appreciates Belichick's support, saying Thursday on KJZ. Is that short for Keyshawn Show? He said, quote,
yeah, him and there's 2 other guys.
Jay-Z. For me, the Patriots organization has been impeccable. My time there has been everything I could ask for. I guess it's now time for me to uphold my end of the bargain through and through. He goes on to say, quote, I don't want to get so caught up in the promises and things like that, but I can guarantee you there's been a shift in comfort of knowing more. And I think that's added value in myself, he said. Boom, confirmation. We called it. Everyone called it. Handshake deal between him and Belichick, or double skis like Bill was doing.
Double Dutch rudder.
Whichever one you want to go with. Belichick had an inside deal with Cam Newton that he had the starting job as long as he was healthy the entire year. That's why you didn't see Jarrett Stidham when the season was over and when he was throwing for 69 yards a game.
Nice.
Bullshit.
Wow. Confirmation from Cam Newton, baby. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel that Cam's starting this whole season. I've been saying it. I mean, Mac Jones, it looks more and more likely that it's a redshirt year. I don't think he's going to play, especially if Cam's healthy. Bill's going to ride him. You just kind of built an offense to his limited strengths. So, I mean, yeah, you got 2 tight ends. You can't throw very far across the line of scrimmage. So, I mean, I expect him to start all year, and that's terrible. I'm sorry. That's terrible. I'm out on Cam Newton.
Do you agree with that?
No. I mean, I think he was hurt the whole season. Well, after COVID. He got hurt, so I don't know why we couldn't see Stidham then, because obviously he wasn't healthy. For
Brady played on a torn MCL and won a Super Bowl. So what's the matter about getting hurt? Come on.
I'm just saying,
Not an excuse.
if it's that he's 100% healthy, he wasn't 100% healthy last year. You could tell him he couldn't throw the ball. He couldn't throw the ball 5 yards. No fucking way he was healthy.
He says this is the healthiest he's been since 2016.
That video was from September of last year, by the way.
Oh, was it?
If that's what you're referring to, when he's in.
Was it last year?
That was filmed in September of last year. So
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jesus.
they're just gonna play it again in this September.
it's a year old. He goes on to say, quote, "I know who I am. At times I do remind myself, people forget who you are and what you've done. So now I'm in a position where I need to be my best self. It's really put up or shut up time." How many times did he say that last year? Let me just
His Under Armour commercial that always played during every Patriots game.
Unbelievable. He goes on to say, "I'm just being honest with you. Me having this conversation in July is irrelevant. This is just going to be clickbait for the next 24 to 48 hours. That's true. This is how Cam feels. But truth be told, nothing is going to matter until July 22nd when he reports with the team. Quote, then as training camp goes forward, everybody's going to start and see what's the work been put in. Has he been in the playbook? Does he really understand? Is his comfort what he says it is? Is he in good shape? Is the shoulder holding up? Is the footwork holding up? We play in a sport that is strictly based off the final product, and the final product is on game days. With that being said, it's just going to come down to winning and losing." A lot of mouth moving there from Cam Newton. A lot of shit we heard in press conferences all year last year as he continued to shit the bed. The only thing I think it's nothing new here. The only thing I'll say, Bill, I'll disagree with you on that. I think that the promises are over. I think that Bill Belichick brought him back to say,
I'll Dutch rudder Bill if it's over.
Bill's getting lucky.
Yeah. I think he brought him back to say, look, we'll give you this year. We're giving you a true, honest competition, and if you win it, it's your job. But it's not guaranteed 17 weeks this year. You got to earn it this year. But we'll give you the shot. We'll give you an honest shot. We'll give you a head start. As a matter of fact,
if he goes back to 2015, Cam, Patriots Super Bowl.
Yeah. I want to like fucking Cam Newton. He makes me
I do too.
Like
but he sucks.
He sucks.
He's
a very likable person, and he's come off so great since he's been in New England. He says he's like a picture perfect fucking Patriot.
He's really good on the radio. I used to listen to him on the radio on the way to work too. He's
blows, and I know he's gonna disappoint me the second they get on the fucking field.
My hate for him on the field negates everything I like for him off the field. Dead to me.
Yeah. Ray, any final thoughts on the Cam Newton?
Mac Jones is already outperforming him. We saw video footage of Cam Newton airmailing all those red zone plays in the end zone. So it's going to be like that from last year. He's going to suck this year. Hopefully Mac Jones just gets the sniff of the field in the later part of the season.
I'm changing my thoughts. Cam Newton's going to be great. He's going to lead the Patriots to the promised lands. We're not going to see Mac Jones at all year. Give me Cam Newton.
Nice. Reverse psychology. Love it.
Yeah, nice. No riding the fence this year. Billy is fully on Team Cam, just as he was at the beginning of last year. We guarantee he will not snip snap at all as Patriots season gets.
I give it by halftime of week 1.
Okay. In more NFL news, this one was a doozy. Richard Sherman got arrested. Here's what he was arrested for per ESPN. Richard Sherman is facing several charges after authorities said he crashed his SUV into a construction zone, tried to break into his in-laws' home, and then fought with his officers who used a police dog to apprehend him. He was booked early Wednesday morning. He did not get bail, but since then, after I saw this, I think he is out on bail now.
Mm-hmm. You forgot the fun part. He was wasted.
Well, yeah, he was absolutely shit-faced. I was going to get the 911 call. If anyone has not listened to that, you have to.
What a cunt.
This dispatcher deserves the capital C.
Wow.
I didn't listen to it. I'm really intrigued to hear
that. My God. The first 10 seconds, she's already yelling at the woman to calm the fuck down, basically.
It's so
good. Oh, God. I heard it on the way to work this morning, and I was like, oh, my God.
It's like infuriating, but it's really entertaining.
I would have hung up and called back.
Yeah, go get somebody else. It's 911. Someone will pick up.
You're not the only dispatcher. It's Seattle.
Ma'am, you can't. She was like reprimanding Richard Sherman's wife, I think it was, right? Anyway, Ray, what happened with the Stanford Grad, the smartest guy in the room. You mad, bro? What happened with Richard Sherman? Is this a CTE thing? Is this where this is going to go?
So he's gonna blame it on something or the fucking alcohol, saying he has a problem or something. But he'll have an excuse for it. Hopefully, he doesn't see any jail time. He's a good dude, but I don't think he's ever playing in the NFL again.
What?
He's a free agent right now. You think a team's gonna pick him up with this going on?
If I'm Bill, I pick up the phone and bring him here.
Well, that'd be Bill, but I think 31 other teams are not gonna.
This is
Have you
perfect
watched the
Bill
NFL?
opportunity. Cheap players now. He just got arrested.
Adam Pac-Man Jones was arrested like 100 times. In
He
Tennessee.
crippled a guy in a strip club.
But that was in Cincinnati. It doesn't really count. It's like a third. world
Dante
country over there.
Stallworth literally murdered a guy and got an offer sheet the next day. This is the NFL.
Yeah, he spent like 40 days in jail and then signed with the Ravens right after. Fuck off.
Ray Lewis murdered a guy, or it was an accomplice.
Allegedly.
Two guys, wasn't it? Wasn't it
Yeah,
two? Or
sorry,
one?
my fault. Low on the stats.
Where's the
there,
white
Ray.
suit, Ray? Where's the white suit?
Richard Sherman, he's just so outspokenly his whole career he's been outspoken against other people for what other people are doing wrong, right? Do I have that right?
That's correct.
He is a smart guy, and I think he was respected for a long time, and then I think his message got fucking old because he was just bitching about people. He was just screaming in people's faces, telling people how smart he was, and you mad bro, beating Brady. And then I think it got stale. He went to San Francisco, blew his ACL, right? And
Something
now hasn't been the
Or
same
Achilles.
player.
He's 33 too. I mean, he might
what I'm
not get a
saying.
shot, but
That's what I'm saying. If he doesn't play this year, he ain't
there was rumors that he was, he kind of want to go back to Seattle too.
Yeah, you want to finish off there. Yeah.
Yeah, his act got stale, but I'll tell you that 2014 Super Bowl gif is one of my favorites. Where he was so excited in the pick six and he looks like he's gonna cry. I fucking love it. I love it. Who's mad now? Bitch tits.
Yeah, you mad, bro? Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, too bad to see. When is the CTE thing going to become what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, heat stroke Thursday. Someone's going to be an asshole and blame their assholeness on CTE.
I know what you're trying to say.
You're going to lose the credibility of CTE. That's going to happen if it hasn't already started to happen.
Well, you can see the alcohol. I mean, that's a side effect. I mean, but who knows? You have to wonder with all the football players. I mean, especially
he played on the Legion of Boom. That's what they're known for, is big fucking nasty hits. So yeah, you can use that as an excuse.
I mean, Junior Seau shot himself in the heart because of that shit. So I mean,
I'm not saying that it's not a real thing. You just know.
No, I know what you're saying.
Someone's going to
go
go
out use it
there
as a
and be
crutch.
fucking asshole,
Yeah.
and they're going to get off because they use CTE, and then
like
they're
ADD.
gonna diminish. What?
It's like parents blame their kids for being assholes on ADD. No, your kid's an asshole because you raised an asshole.
Bill, quick question.
Yeah.
Were you diagnosed with ADD?
Yeah, I used to be on Adderall and it was awesome.
How many of your illegitimate kids in the mail have you gotten requests ADD medicine?
0.
Here's what you need to do: send them some back to basic gummies, maybe some drops, maybe some whatever. All natural hemp product that you need for you, your kids, your pets. They do pet stuff. Everyone's got a crazy dog. Ray, doesn't your dog suck?
Yeah, I saw that the other day, and I'm probably going to be making a purchase to Dr. Tom.
There you go. Get on the website, backtobasicsllc.com. That's BAK, the number 2, basicsllc.com. You get a free sample with every purchase. Backtobasicsllc.com. Switching gears, Bruins make a big signing. Brandon Carlo is back on a 6-year deal, $24.6 million. That's a 4.1 AAV. Do you like it or do you love it?
Go ahead, hockey guy, Ray.
I like it because obviously with the other breaking news, Kevin Miller retiring, defense needs some guys there. Carlo played well until he got fucking knocked into the next week with that hit in the playoffs. So I don't know. I like the signing. I like the length of the contract. I like the money. It all works out. The only thing I don't like though is the no trade clause he has in there.
That's pretty typical for these guys nowadays. I mean, a lot of guys ask for it.
You think he's that kind of player though? Like that upper echelon type player?
He's a top 4 defenseman on a lot of teams in the NHL.
Probably helped get his AAV down too.
Yeah, the 6-year got it down. I don't love it, honestly, just because the injuries concerns scare me. Now, concussions. He's knocked out of the playoffs. Wilson knocked his ass out, but it's a manageable 4.1. You didn't really break the bank for him. So I mean, I like the money, but I don't like the years so much. But it still keeps him around like 26 million to sign, Taylor Hall and still add a lot of pieces to this team.
I absolutely love this deal. Can I tell you the number of games that he has played in his 5 seasons with the Bruins? Full seasons. 2016-17, he played 82 games. 17-18, 76 games. 2018-19, he played 72 games. 19-20, the season that was cut short, he played 67. And this year he missed half the year because of the concussion, because of the hit from that fuckbag, Tom Wilson. So I think the injury concerns are a little bit overplayed because of the 2 concussion hits he took in this year.
But it's head injuries. That's what scares me. It's the head injuries.
I mean, that's fine, but he's only 24. We've seen this before. I get it. It can go both ways, but if he was Kevin Miller and 33 and being forced to retire because of head injuries, that's one thing. He's 24 with 1 season of 2 bad hits. I get that. I think anyone is 1 hit away from leaving the NHL. At 24 years old, at 4.1 a year, that's a great deal for the Bruins. It's a great deal for a top 4 defenseman.
It's a great deal. I just don't like the length, only because of the head injuries. But I mean, I'd be more pissed if it was more money. But 4.1 for a top 4 defenseman, especially his comments today. He wants a puck moving. I think we saw some success there with Riley, and it sounds like they're thinking about bringing him back on probably around the same deal, somewhere in that 3 to 4 range for Riley. They look pretty good, and it's a puck mover. He doesn't want really a shutdown guy there. That's where you can bring in the shutdown guy to pair with McAvoy. You still got pieces there. You still got to add. You need that a left shot defenseman badly. There's 2 out there right now that just kind of got released or bought out. So I mean.
Go ahead. Give us a good segue there, producer Bill. Give us the buyouts. I know in the last show we talked about Suter from the Wild, but give us the update on the latest buyout in the NHL.
Keith Yandel got bought out by the Panthers today. So I think they're going to pay him. I think it saves them like $8 million. He had 2 years left on a deal. I think it was a $44 million deal. He's kind of declined. He's not as good of a defenseman, like a defensive defenseman. Now he only averaged 17 minutes a game. But he is an option. He could probably play that Kevin Miller role that we just had. I mean, he could stay healthy. He's the second longest Ironman streak in the history of the NHL, 922 straight games played. He got scratched he did get scratched in the playoffs, but it's regular season games. So, there was some talk early in the year that they were going to break it, and it looked like they were going to try to buy him out or trade him. And now you buy him out in the regular at the end of the season just to make you needed him for the playoffs, but you had your opportunity to not make the playoffs. What are you going to make money on? There was no fans, right? So you're not getting that concession money. You're not. So I'd like to see what the money aspect there is, but now you're keeping this money on your books for 4 more years or whatever it is. And you had an opportunity to trade him. It was kind of dumb, but for the Bruins standpoint, you could probably bring them both in. I mean, Yandel's 36, but Suter can still play, average 30 minutes a game for 3 straight seasons.
Yeah, I think that they're linked to both, and they should be. They got $30 million in cap space, or I guess 26, something like right now. Trade DeBrusk back up to 30. You got enough money to basically do whatever you want, and you're one of 4 or 5 teams that have that type of flexibility in cap space right now. And the Bruins are kind of positioned like the Patriots were positioned. COVID has created this cap crisis across these leagues. That's why you're seeing the buyouts. There's not the cap is supposed to go up pretty much every year. Generally, that's not going to happen in the NHL. They've already said it for 2 years. It's staying flat. So these teams are getting out from under big contracts with old guys right now. And the Bruins said this last show, they think they're positioned to make another cup run. And who are we to say they're not? I mean, if you bring in some real talent and can stay healthy, then yeah, anyone's got a shot in the NHL, I guess. So that's what I would do, Ray. I would take the Patriots route. I would blow out all your half-witted bullshit young talent on the bottom 6. Make your minor deals. Get these fucking guys out of here. Don't give up any of your high draft picks. Bring in a handful of veteran free agents and buyout candidates, and make a run the next 2 years and build your farm system and minor league hockey system up for your future. That would be my path if I was the Bruins right now.
What about question for you guys? I don't know if you guys saw Ben Bishop, the Dallas Stars goalie.
No.
You wouldn't take him?
Nope.
Okay.
No, he'll go to Seattle. That's the reason why, so they can expose him. He'll probably go to Seattle. I don't want Ben Bishop here. Go with the young guy. You can get a better backup and a cheaper backup than Ben Bishop. And if you bring him in, he's going to be your starter. And if it's true that you are bringing Tuukka back, which we all hope he doesn't, I don't want any part of that.
I kind of want Tuukka to come back.
We want Tuukka back on the what is it? LTIR, long-term injury. We want him back on a cheap deal in the playoffs, fully rested, just in case Swayman goes down. Bring in the butthole tattoo and let the quest come back in like round 2. That would be unbelievable. That would be just unbelievable. But yeah, overall, no. Tuukka can fuck off. Honestly, Krejci can fuck off too. Go bring in some good guys. You got enough money.
And if you're going to make a guy, it sounds like Marc-Andre Fleury's on the block. If you really want to make a splash and go get a goalie.
Now, Swayman, you got the money. Go shore up your deep core and bring in a couple skill
it's
players.
wine Thursday too, huh?
Jesus, what is wrong with you?
do you
see
mean?
what?
What's wrong with you? You can't
One
even keep
pitcher.
your eyes open tonight. You're blinking a mile a minute.
Thank you. Now I'm really gonna be subconscious about that. Thanks, Bill. But yeah,
It's
There you
not
go.
subconscious, you idiot.
You're so
What is it?
stupid.
what is it?
Self-conscious. Your subconscious is that
'Cause he
little
wants a
person
sub.
inside of you. Yeah, saying, "Hey, I'm hungry. Hey, I'm hungry. Hey," and you're like, "Shut the fuck up, fat man. We're big enough already." He's like, "No, give me some Oreos." You're like, "Fine." And then you rub fucking petroleum jelly in your body and go in the tub and shove your face full of food. That's
Do you think
subconscious.
do you think the voice in his body's shaped like Ray or a Big Mac
Big Mac.
It's just a Big Mac flapping
Or-
with lettuce falling out.
or potato salad with spam in it?
No, I don't put. No, there's no spam in my potato salad. Only my macaroni salad.
Fat ass.
It's potato head. I'd like this just with the feet.
The big blue shoes.
Now I'm gonna be super subconscious.
Subconscious, like you're a fucking Mortal Kombat character.
I hate to break up the that was good, right? Thank you for
No.
that. I know we got to stay hockey here because this is the show, and I hate to bring in a little bit sombering news, but this story is just too unbelievable and good. Matthias, I'm not hockey.
Don't even bother. The Columbus Blue Jackets goalie, right?
Kovalinkas.
Panalinkas. We'll go with that.
Sure, you'd appreciate that. R.I.P. Matthias Konalingas. It's just an unbelievable story. So the story is told. I forget who published it, but it's everywhere. I think in the Athletic.
Sports Illustrated, I think,
maybe.
had it first.
Elvis Merzinga Konalingas. He told the story. Blue Jacket goaltender. They were at a fireworks. They were at a party for 4th of July. The fireworks went haphazard. The tube tilted and fireworks were firing into the crowd. Elvis says Matthias jumped in front of him. Hold on, let me get this right. He said, quote, "He saved not just many lives, but when it happened, I was standing 20, 30 feet back of him." Merzalingas said at Kevalingas memorial service on Thursday, "And I was hugging my wife. He saved my son. He saved my wife. He saved me. My son's second name is going to be Matthias." So basically this guy jumped in front of rocket mortars.
That's insane.
Took one to the chest at this 4th of July party. He goes on to say, Elvis goes on to say, quote, "If that wasn't me or my wife or son, that would have been 50 other people. He died a hero." And that's not me saying it. That was the doctor saying it. If he would just sit, it wouldn't have happened. As Sabrina said, he saved his last puck. I just wanted to let you know he died a hero, saved lots of lives. So he just
I shoot rockets at Ray's mom 3 times a week. I'm surprised she hasn't died yet. What's so funny?
rest in peace to Matthias, you died a hero. Red Sox call up Duran and Huak for the Yankee series that has been delayed because the Yankees have COVID again.
Aaron Judge sounds like he tested positive in the All-Star game, so now all 5 Red Sox players are undergoing further testing.
Shouldn't the whole All-Star game, all the All-Star game be undergoing testing?
Well, I'm assuming, but like it was just because that's what I heard. Obviously, with the local ties, all 5.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, I don't.
Damn it, I was excited to see Durant tonight. Fuck.
Okay, give you your 2-2 there, Bill. So, well, let me lay it out for you. The starting lineup tonight would have been Durant at center, Kiki Hernandez at second, which was the big shakeup. Everyone else is pretty much where they always are playing. In our text chain, I did not think they were going to move Kiki Hernandez. I looked up a shit ton of fucking stats today to prove my point. Let me just give you a couple before you toot my face. Excuse me. Kiki Hernandez is first in the majors with 12 total runs saved. Hunter Renfroe has 5. Fun fact, Mookie Betts has 4. JBJ has 4. They are second in outfield assists as an outfield. Renfroe is first. Kiki is third, and Verdugo is tied for 4th. Corey just gave a press conference the other day talking about how good their outfield was and how many games they've won for him. I didn't think in a chance he would move some kid into center field and take Kiki Hernandez out of that spot he's been crushing. But that was going to be the case today, and you called it, Bill. So go ahead.
I mean, he's Durant's top 25 prospect in all of baseball. You know, his defense kind of improved vastly this year. He's got 10 steals, 15 home runs. He's hit 270 down in Worcester. You got to get him up here. You know, I think you're seeing Kiki at second right now. I think you're going to kind of see Durant versus the right-handed pitching, and you're going to see Arroyo kind of slide back in there at second base and Kiki go back out to center field. But yeah, you didn't really bring him to kind of be a lefty bat off the bench. You needed him to you need him to keep developing. You need him to play. So I mean, you're going to live with this defense. You can pull him out late in games and move Kiki back there. I get it how it is, but you got to get this kid in the lineup. Your bottom half of your lineup is atrocious after fucking even Vasquez hitting in that 7-0. Not very great this year. He's having a down year offensively, and Bobby Dahlbuck. You said it, Rich. It's a shame that he can't play fucking first.
Yeah,
because
it's a shame Durant doesn't have.
But with Durant, I mean, they left him off the Olympic team, and I'm pretty sure the Red Sox had a lot to do with it because they, you know, that was the rumor. That was the reason why he got off the Olympic team. So they knew the call up was coming. So I mean, he even said it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not that disappointed." So I mean, you got to get him in the lineup. So it's good to see the first day. I expected it game 2. I think I said I thought they just kind of let him ride the bench game 1, but Marquez got the call. He's, you know, so they wanted Durant in the lineup against the righty and Marquez, but we'll see what happens now if the series even goes. And they brought up Huak. He's expected to pitch Monday or Tuesday against Toronto, but he'll be available out of the bullpen, I think, until Saturday, maybe. So, I mean, spot start makes sense from, they had talked about going to a 6-man rotation. I think that they like the idea of that. Is it Mark Andrizzi? Yeah, he's out. He's on the DL, and his ERA is 6.4.
He's on the fake DL because he sucked.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, Huak is a real nice shoe-in right there, but they could use some help on the staff too with Garrett Richards and his continual struggle.
Erod hasn't pitched well. Garrett Richards, Martin Perez is like one good start, then he'll get a fucking bomb.
Perez got lit up the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, against Philly. I think Philly. What he lost 3 1/3. I think they pitch hit for him when it was his time up in the lineup. That's how fucking bad he was. So you need the help, and there's some kind of reinforcements on the way with at least Huak and our boy Chris Sales coming back hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks too. So
first rehab was today. I had the stats.
3 innings, 4 hits, 5 Ks.
Rain Man.
Yeah, he actually hit 97. They adjusted that. He had 97 on the fastball. He's mixing his changeup, his curveball. Sounds like he's going to pitch next week again at Double-A for Portland. So I mean, I expect him for probably 5 starts. You want to get him up in that 6th inning range, kind of stretch him out there. So yeah, first 2 weeks in August looks like a possibility. It started the clock today, 30 days. So what's today, the 15th, 16th or whatever. So I mean, yeah, first 2 weeks, it makes sense.
I think
5 starts is the minimum I think he's going to get though.
I think that they are thinking they're going to put him back in the rotation. I know that there's been talk about bullpen and starting him in the bullpen.
No, I think that's why they're going to stretch him out. That's why you're going to see in you know, what I've been seeing and reading is, 5 starts, you're going to stretch him out, get him in that, 90, 100 pitch range and unleash, you'll baby him back, but that's where you're going to go to that 6-man rotation. I expect if you're going that way, you're giving Tanner Huak a start next week. You do go to that 6-man as soon as Chris Sale's healthy in a few weeks. he goes right to the bullpen and Sales slides in that sixth spot. I think that's what they're setting up for right now. They're going to get their pitchers used to that extra day of rest for everything that for Sale to come back now. I mean, it started your clock. He's coming back. So you get Hook, 4 or 5 starts. Then you roll right in with Chris Sale in that 6-man rotation.
It's some good reinforcement. And then just real quick before we move on, some scuttlebutt with the trade deadline coming up. Red Sox are tied to Charlie Morton. I heard today. I heard that they're going to look at Cole Hamels' pitch. And I heard, I think Bill, you had mentioned Kimbrel and Anthony Rizzo as targets on the Cubs, who are both in expiring deals. Everybody believes that
Chris
the Red
Ryan
Sox,
is out there too. There's 1,000% chance he's
they've been linked to Chris
traded.
Ryan for a long Chris
Bryant
for a long time. They love Chris Bryant. So they everyone expects the Red Sox to be heavy buyers at the trade deadline. We'll see what Heimblum has up his sleeve. He's never been in this position before. The most money he's ever spent on a free agent is $10 million. That was Garrett Richards. So
Anthony Rizzo would be a nice. Anthony Rizzo would be a nice get. He's mashing right-handed pitching. Where Bobby Dalbec hitting, I believe,
219.
2.9. No, but against right-handed pitching, 0.98. I'm pretty sure is what his average is against right-handed pitching. So I mean, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a lefty bat there. You can platoon with Dalbec. He's Frenchie Cordero. They're trying to bring up Frenchie and stuff.
No more Frenchie. Okay, Ray, to close it out. How are those Suns looking, buddy? I thought this was over. I thought this series was over.
Oh, I forgot I was still in Milwaukee. Wait till it comes back to Phoenix.
Oh,
then it's over.
I was wrong as well, though. I said Suns just keep it close in the fourth, and the Bucks will shit their pants. Nay.
Giannis, what a dog. Oh,
dude. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of this NBA. I watched the fourth quarter of that. Well, actually, the whole second half of that game. Giannis may have turned a corner. He may have turned a corner. On the offensive side, I kept expecting him to take the ball and run into somebody and get an offensive foul and miss a layup. But no, he just ran the offense like Al Horford, ran the pick and roll with Chris Middleton, got Chris Middleton the matchup, got him his shot at the elbow. He kept draining it. Giannis kept getting rebounds. And then on the defensive side, had the awesome steal breakaway, the ridiculous block where it seemed like the Suns were coming back. And then I don't think I got credit for it, but that last Chris Paul turnover, that was Giannis stepping in. I don't know why people are giving Chris Paul that much shit for it as a bad play, but Giannis stepped in and made him lose the ball.
2-time defensive player of the year.
On that side of he won the game on the defensive side of the ball.
Go ahead, Ray.
You don't see it very often in the NBA, Raymond.
No, you don't. But I mean, I think once the games goes back to Phoenix, like I'm saying, Milwaukee's going to have a tougher time. Giannis won't be able to take it over, and I think Chris Paul will redeem himself after a bad game 3 and 4.
I mean, maybe I've said it's been going 6 and 7. Devin Booker looked shook. He was hitting shots, but come the fourth quarter, first of all, he should have fouled out. The NBA refs are fucking terrible. There was a breakaway with what's his name that they gave 4 picks for. Drew Holiday. Devin Booker wrapped him up, didn't give him the layup, and they didn't call a foul. He looked absolutely shook, like the moment was getting a little bit big for him. He's still excellent. I think it's going to go 6 or 7. I still got Bucks in 6, and I cannot wait to toot on your ass, Ray. And then just real quick to finish it up, toot clap snaps for the USA in the exhibition. They beat Argentina.
Oh, hey.
Good for them.
Bradley Beal has COVID too, and they just sent his ass home.
Bradley Beal has COVID, and Jason Tatum has knee soreness. He didn't play in that game, the first game that they won. They are currently looking for a Bradley Beal replacement. If you want to give him a call, Ray.
No, it's Christian Wood from Houston is going to be replacing Bradley Beal. It's only been announced.
They're not even going to medal this year.
I don't think so.
Christian Wood from Bradley Beal.
Trae Young is at home, and I guess he's already tweeting out what the fuck? What is wrong with USA basketball? Why can't I be on this team?
Why can't he be on the team?
I don't know. They're not taking him. They keep passing him off. And why wouldn't you want him at the shooting guard? Bradley Beal's shooting guard. Boom, Trae Young, probably the best young player this year.
Maybe they watched this team full of shooters and ball dominant players and went, "Oh, this isn't going to work. We got to go get a Christian Wood to play defense."
Rajon Rondo on there.
They have Dwight Bosch on there. They're fine.
Okay, this has been the Simple Minds Sports Show. Friday headlines, July 16th. We'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.
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 Wine makes my mouth so dry, or maybe it's the heat stroke.
Dehydration.
That's perfect. probably it. Ray, you want gummies?
I knew it.
You always know when Ray pops me.
Dude, he's been looking
He
at the
goes
side of the
fucking
screen. He's not even looking at the camera, and he's just dead silent. We're talking baseball.
All right.
Unbelievable.
I told you to watch out for those bad boys,
Get
especially
your
after a
fucking
few
dosage
beers.
down, man. Microdose that shit.
I did. I cut it all in half.
I took 5 of those today.
You're a different breed, Bill. Different breed.
He melted him and inserted him into his bloodstream.
Right up the butthole.
Dude. Rockets at Irene.
I already timestamped that. That's definitely going up there. After you gave a beautiful speech about this guy being
What
a
an unbelievable, heart-wrenching breaking
I wait
story.
for you to. I let you finish, but I had that joke as soon as we started talking about this. As soon as I heard it, you jumped in front of somebody. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I didn't want to cut you off. You were in a nice rant."
It wasn't a rant. It was a sermon. The guy died. He has kids.
Only thing on
I
Bill's
didn't
mind.
even get a reaction. Just like, oh yeah, no man, that's tough. No, it was just immediately
Right.
fucking jizz joke.